I'm thrilled to introduce you to 4 of our young alumni who are making a difference in the world working as pastors in 3 of our local churches. David, Jericho, Josh, and Jeff are amazing young pastors doing phenomenal work. They're going to tell you more about their time here at Hope and how it helped prepare them for their work in ministry.
The key word when it comes to Hope is community. Some of the first people that I met here were worship arts majors like me, and we got to serve alongside each other, and we got to learn together in the class setting. So we would go to Christian high schools and we would lead worship for their chapels. You know, I still have typed up notes from a class that I took called Planning a Worship Service. Really, that class just taught us how to be intentional with every single detail, because that's what Jesus deserves in our services.
What I really loved about my HIU experience was HIU never told me what to believe. They told me how to think, how to read the Bible, how to ask good questions, how to discover and form my theology and my faith without them twisting my arm or convincing me that this is the right way you have to do it. But they introduced me to Jesus, to God's love, and it let me experience that for myself through the tools and the resources Hope gave me. And that's why I love that I get to do that in my own church community today.
I think one of the greatest ways that Hope kind of prepared me for ministry is really a passion for God's Word and a heart for God's people. Through the courses and through the classes, I feel like I walked away with kind of a tool belt of just different frameworks and different ways to approach the variety of things that come up in the course of ministry. Looking back at my time at Hope, and I really feel like there was a constellation of relationships that all hit different facets of who I am and who I've become through that process.
You know, when I first applied into the program for my Master's in Ministry, you pick your emphasis. And the 2 that really stood out to me was pastoral care and counseling and then Christian leadership. And I thought that those 2 would be so important, because I figured any role in ministry is going to require you to be good at providing care for people and to be able to lead well. And now in my role at Eastside, of course I am in charge of pastoral care, but there are so many teams that I need to lead. And so Hope was able to prepare me for both aspects of my role.
Yeah, when I was here, I really got involved in all sorts of ways. It really helped me to gain an amazing perspective, meeting all sorts of personalities, all sorts of people, and getting to have a voice and influence and come alongside and walk alongside people in all different spaces. And so that's what I love about what I get to do with my job now, is I get to communicate why my faith matters to me and why God's hope and God's love is so needed in the people around us.
And then just the way that Hope shaped me in who I am, and really focused on making sure that we took care of our soul, that we spent time with God, and that we prioritized that aspect of our life, our spiritual walk ourselves. It still is part of my life and continues to bless me and others today.